This is an awareness communication to the population. An unseen and enigmatic dimensional realm is revealing its presence, yet it has remained unnoticed by millions. The information I present is thoroughly documented. It is utmost importance to dedicate time to reviewing my content on passenger flights, wartime activities involving fighter jets, and the presence of unidentified flying objects. Flying is a highly preferred mode of transportation. Traveling across the globe provides a rich variety of experiences ranging from vibrant urban centers to expansive desert and remarkable historical landmarks. Available transportation options encompass air travel, high-speed rail services, and efficiently maintained road networks. Visual evidence of UFO activity and glimpses of an interdimensional presence have reportedly been observed by thousands of individuals worldwide. However, such visuals are frequently overlooked, dismissed as anomalies, attributed to network glitches or poor connections, or even blamed on technical errors or the technician. The information captures the attention of a select few, yet, almost inexplicably, people soon disregard the events and continue immersing themselves in the human experience. How many anomalies must occur before curiosity arises? When you are outside observing what is commonly known as the sky, I have designated another name for this structure, the humongous stencil sheet. It symbolizes the framework of the firmament. Yes, you heard me, the firmament. Now, observe the trajectory of the plane as it transitions into this mysterious, unconceivable dimension of existence. In this invisible realm, specialized machines are designed to facilitate what we attribute to flight. I have designated this structure as surface rods. Prepare to witness the sequence of events that led to the crash near Ahmedabad Airport on June 12, 2025, accompanied by rendered images depicting the indescribable environment we call space. Only your eyes can truly comprehend the majesty of it all. Words cannot adequately describe what you are about to witness, so I have formulated definitions based on observed activities. Continue to watch. The presence of the UFO entity will be addressed later on in the presentation. The next visuals depict the passenger airplane during the takeoff flight path into an interdimensional realm, showing waves interacting with the aircraft as it attempted to ascend. Observe the environmental waves that struck the area surrounding the aircraft as well as the aircraft itself. You have viewed the waves surrounding the airplane in the original footage of the crash. Now, view and observe the invisible, interdimensional realm that was also present. Compare the original in the corner to determine your viewing position. One additional point to bring to your attention is that you are observing the sky and space, often referred to as the firmament. I have assigned this structure a new name, the humongous stencil sheet. This structure moves at a speed beyond human measurement and never ceases its motion. Therefore, remain vigilant for changes occurring within moments. As you view the pictures, yes, pictures, realize that objects are activated and processes are being carried out. This is one of the most amazing capabilities that take my breath away. Unexplainable, but here it is. Continue watching and be prepared to witness the flight in real time surrounded by the interdimensional environment. Let us consider the UFO entity. Firstly, this spacecraft appears to shapeshift every movement, making it impossible to describe any recognizable imagery. Secondly, it may appear as a smudged, smoky circle, a bird, it may wiggle like a worm, among other forms that I will demonstrate to you later in the presentation. Now, continue watching and witness passenger flight AI-171 bound for London Gatwick ascend into the sky and maneuver through the unimaginable terrain it faced. You have viewed the pictures, now view the event in real time and be astonished. I would like to say that the pilots kept the airplane stable during this event. Keep watching and see for yourself. It clearly shows that the photographer documenting the event was visibly shaken by the scene that had just unfolded, as evidenced by the abrupt lowering of the camera lens. In doing so, you can observe the surrounding building structures dissolving, unveiling the underlying interdimensional framework that exists. Within a short time, the photographer regained awareness and continued recording. Unknowingly, a UFO was observing the event as it unfolded. These entities differ significantly from what we consciously imagine them to resemble. It is important to recognize the shapes and forms highlighted this context. Recall the UFO sighting at Chicago Airport, where the spacecraft suddenly ascended and punctured a hole in the clouds. The entity that you are observing here is identical to what was presented on the news channels about the event that occurred at Chicago Airport. And what we assumed as a black hole was the spacecraft surrounded by an illusion that it had gone when in reality it was still there, just cloaked. Here's the statistics about smoke. Smoke does not evaporate. It is composed of solid particles, vaporized liquids, and gases. Particles will spread out and coat surrounding surfaces, and vapor will cool and condense back to droplets. Gases will diffuse into the atmosphere, but much of what makes it up will remain in the area. Now, observe and witness what really occurs when smoke is released into the atmosphere. Observe operations of the machines as they handle this pollutant and transfer the product within the structure. In previous documentation, it seemed to indicate that pebbles were moving through multiple areas, implying that detoxification was taking place. During the close-up view, here you can observe the machine activity on the surface within the smoke. Notice that in the recessed areas the depth is very deep, and packed with machines processing materials. Continue observing and behold this moment of realization. I tried to track and trace the movement of the materials and ended up with a hellorific headache. Re-engineering is impossible. Look at this structure. Remember, you are witnessing the firmament, it encompasses everything. This structure moves at such incomprehensible speed that it cannot be measured. Consequently, the structure immediately alters itself around the object. Absolutely, out of this world. Well, what has been long dismissed as fanciful, yes fanciful, such attempts to re-engineer the Earth's atmosphere is suddenly being taken seriously by at least some mainstream experts, as noted by Stuart Patrick, Foreign Affairs, December 6, 2013, and today is July 2025. With no further interruptions, witness the invisible hidden realm that is coming into view. For those watching from a handheld device, you can pinch and squeeze open to expand the image to get a closer look, and then pinch and squeeze close to reduce the image to original size. Continue watching. As the photographer regained emotional control, recording of the plume of smoke from the airline crash continued. What an extraordinary configuration within the smoke plume. It is remarkable to consider how all of this activity operates cohesively, functioning as an integrated whole. Indeed, the humongous stencil sheet referenced earlier appears to consciously activate in its entirety, providing functional and material support to anything that occurs, anything. As you take in the view of the environment outside of the smoke plume, be aware, this is a different structure layout. I have named this structure surface rods. The name is representative of the function they perform. From documented observations, it shows that these rod-like apertures support flight, yes flight. You have to view my content and witness for yourself. And I have captured this layout of takeoff flights in America and other places. Watch my content and be blown away at seeing how stuff fly utilizing this invisible environment. Continue observing and witness how humanity interacts with this unseen realm. Each day, we are deeply engaged in the human experience, remaining unaware of the unseen realm that surrounds all existence, yes, everything. We do not feel anything when an entity attached to us or the environmental machine's connections that are made to our physical outline, nor do we perceive its presence, nor can we hear the sounds produced by the UFO entity. Prepare for an awakening and a profound realization of our identity. This environment metaphorically unveils hidden layers. Continue observing and interpret what cannot be expressed in words. Follow the annotations for further insight. The unseen realm reveals the biomechanical structures responsible for creating the of trees, indeed, the illusion of trees as well as everything else that surrounds us. I struggled to grasp the validity of this awareness, and then it struck me that we, as humans, cannot fully comprehend this reality because we are an integral part of the illusion, immersed right at its center. Observe carefully the environment enveloping the human form. We interact with the infrastructure automatically. It seems that we might be the reason for this environment's existence, as it sustains our human experience. Observe the materials being transferred to the human and other activities. Humans are intrinsically connected to the universe, indeed, everything and everyone is interconnected at all times. However, we humans are not aware, we have no idea, we feel nothing when connections are made. There was no tangible depiction of arms, legs, or a head, only a mechanical structure. Contemplating this revelation about humanity instantly evoked the notion of a cyborg human. It appears we are composed of the very same elements present in our environment. This observation suggests the possibility that we may have originated from a unique extraordinary form of biomechanical construction. To repeat, we may have originated from a unique extraordinary form of biomechanical construction. Continue watching. In this reality, X-ray vision capabilities exist, as you can observe. This enables visual examination within the human body, applicable to pictures and real-time footage. I refer to this as unveiling the essence of humanity. I vaguely recall that Native Americans had concerns about their image being captured. I am just suggesting there may be some cultural belief behind this. Content creators, be curious when you observe images fading through in photographs. Persist in rendering the image further, and you may encounter surprising discoveries. Perhaps one day, a discussion about these findings could take place. Continue watching and discovering what was hidden. Many UFO sightings have reported that the UFO may appear to look like a smudge with no identifiable shape, a smoky circle, or the most common the misrepresentation of a bird among other forms in which that they can morph into within seconds. Many may contend that they perceive a bird in this image. Let us prepare to admire the real-time views of this entity as it transforms instantly and integrates with the infrastructure as it moves. How remarkable it is to finally achieve full visual comprehension of the UFO, as opposed to perceiving merely a dot at the center of a crosshair. Continue watching and become aware of the changes that are happening everywhere. Explore my content and access published materials that offer detailed and close-up perspectives of this interdimensional realm and most importantly the human. Until now, only miniature forms of the entity have been visible. I have observed their ability to shapeshift from a small dot into a spacecraft comparable in size to a stealth aircraft. This event occurred directly in front of me as I sat in the car at the grocery store. What happened next was utterly astounding. It rendered me speechless, immobile, and incoherent. Yes, incoherent. I struggled to find the words to describe what I had just witnessed through the lens of my iPad. Keep observing to explore additional images of this spacecraft. Following a catastrophic event such as the crash of the Boeing flight departing India and bound for Gatwick, London, the news shifts its focus to other subjects. Listen to one such topic of interest that emerged immediately after the crash.
By October, every route gone. From Stewart, Boston, and Baltimore, it's a total exit from the market they spent years building. At the same time, Air Canada is scrapping 5 U.S. routes for the winter. Detroit, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Nashville, and Tampa. These aren't delays. These are strategic cancellations. This isn't government retaliation. There are no sanctions, no political disputes on paper. These are independent corporate decisions. Carriers choosing to walk away from one of the world's largest travel markets. And when companies stop chasing American travelers, that says more than any press release ever could. The exits are stacking up, and they're not just from low-cost carriers. Play Airlines may be the most visible, cutting all ties with the U.S., but it's only the beginning. Air Canada is retreating. WestJet has pulled routes. Porter and Flair are following. Across the Atlantic, the signs are multiplying. Lufthansa is quietly reducing U.S. capacity. Air France-KLM reports a drop in bookings of over 2%. These aren't second-tier carriers. They're national giants with decades of U.S. exposure. And that's exactly what makes this shift more serious. These airlines aren't reacting emotionally. They're acting methodically, scaling back, realigning.
It is said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let your eyes witness the unexplainable. If feasible, take a moment to relax and prepare for an airport tour like never before. Explore the indoors departure terminal area and observe tarmac activities outdoors. Now let us discover and explore the interdimensional realm that has remained unseen until now. Can we measure the human experience? The human experience refers to the entirety of a person's life, encompassing their emotions, thoughts, perceptions, relationships, and interactions with the world. It includes both the physical and psychological aspects of being alive, shaped by individual values, beliefs, and unique life events. It's the rich tapestry of joys and sorrows, successes and failures, and everything in between that makes us uniquely human. Our thoughts, beliefs, and how we perceive the world around us are central to the human experience. This includes our individual perspectives and how we make sense of our surroundings. Culture, language, spirituality, and creative expression are all woven into the fabric of the human experience. They shape our values and provide a sense of belonging. A core aspect of the human experience is the search for meaning and purpose in life. We constantly strive to understand our place in the world and find significance in our existence. Awareness of mortality, our awareness of our own mortality, the passage of time, and the finite nature of life, also shapes our experience. This awareness can drive us to make the most of our lives and leave a lasting impact. Despite shared experiences, each person's journey is unique. Our individual values, beliefs, and life events create a distinct perspective on the human experience. In summary, the human experience is also a journey of self-discovery and growth. It is the process of learning and understanding who we are, what our purpose is, and how we can make a difference in the world. It is the exploration of our innermost thoughts and feelings, and the courage to face our fears and doubts. It is the courage to take risks and to make mistakes, and the resilience to learn from them. A seamless airport travel experience entails arriving with sufficient time, making use of online check-in and available pre-screening programs, and packing efficiently to ensure comfort compliance with regulations. Utilizing airport lounges for relaxation, hydration, and entertainment is advisable. Emphasizing comfort through suitable clothing and personal belongings can greatly improve the overall travel experience. The stress of navigating busy airports can be alleviated by utilizing the exclusive lounges available in most airport terminals, which provide such as complimentary Wi-Fi, charging stations, and beverages. By booking in advance, you can secure excellent deals on access to these, transforming the experience of waiting for your flight into a true pleasure. To improve your flight/airport experience and have a quicker and more pleasant airport experience, here are some traveler's tips. Boarding last is great if you've checked a bag, but if you're carrying the baggage on board, you risk all overhead bin space being taken if you wait too long. Then you're forced to gate check that baggage. Bring more than one source of entertainment, as you never know what will be broken or what you're in the mood for. The tips go on and on. Notably, there is no mention of preparations for catastrophic events. Is that not an integral aspect of the flight or airport experience? Continue to observe routine operations taking place at airports worldwide within this interdimensional realm. The existence of that which remains unknown to us can be difficult to grasp as true facts. I don't have a camera to forensically investigate, the footage came directly from media industries like the news channels. Millions viewed the crash footage, and no one questioned the waves that were clearly visible. I did listen to one news outlet who reported that a black bat may have contributed to the airliner crashing. Yes, a black bat. Well, we saw what that black bat was. Earlier this month, a report in the Wall Street Journal suggested that the Boeing Dreamliner's emergency power generator, known as the ram air turbine, RAT, was operating when the plane crashed, suggesting engine failure may have been to blame. One theory points to a failure in the wing flaps, which may not have been extended properly, reducing lift during takeoff in the 40°C heat that demands higher flap settings. Fuel contamination is also being considered, as it could have disrupted engine performance. So far, several theories have been floated, though without confirmation or hard evidence. These remain theories for now. The Boeing Dreamliner, along with the skilled pilots who operated it, demonstrated the aircraft's design and functionality. The engineering remained flawless, while the pilots expertly managed the throttle and maintained smooth, steady control throughout the flight. At no point did I witness the airplane sway or shudder. On several occasions, it seemed as though the pilots had moved past the unexplainable anomaly, yet the relentless pounding persisted unabated. The plane remained intact, and the pilots demonstrated exceptional skill and determination. They refused to back down, giving their utmost effort. I witnessed their courage and commendable display of professionalism as they maintained a steady aircraft while confronting a formidable force. How many airliners can withstand successive impacts from environmental forces of that magnitude and still remain structurally intact until they crash? I do not know Mr. Boeing, or anyone affiliated with Mr. Boeing Industry. My objective and goals are to share awareness based on my experiences, not yours by my experience, which is supported by impeccable visually clear images, albeit indescribable. It is the evidence or receipts, as the younger generation might say, is needed. Ultimately, my aim is to uphold the truth. This has become an ancient artifact that is increasingly elusive in modern times. I am referencing the term truth. This environmental phenomenon spans the entire planet and into the cosmos. Explore my content on Mount Etna volcano eruptions, the solar eclipses, the sunspots on the sun, the moonspots, and more, such as the discovery that Earth has rings like Saturn. Proceed to immerse yourself in an interdimensional journey through the airport terminals, departure lounges, and entertainment venues. Inadvertently, I captured an internet commercial and decided to analyze the content of the image. We know that this activity is performance and does not represent a typical human. I observed magnificent images of this lady that will effectively address your visual concerns, clarifying any details that may not have been sufficiently clear in the visuals of the human presented earlier. This performance is geared to be broadcast on commercialized websites. Commercialization refers to the process of introducing new products or services to the market. It encompasses a range of activities, including production, distribution, marketing, sales, customer support, and other essential functions necessary for ensuring the commercial success of the product or services that they are offering. Humanity has to uncover profound unanswered questions, such as, who are we? What defines us? What are our roles and purpose? Perhaps we already have the answers but hesitate to confront them. Consider the current events. What extraterrestrial entity in their right mind would attempt to make contact with us? Understand that everything we do is observed by a mysterious white speck present in everyone's eyes. A truck light apparatus lines the upper eye socket, performing its mesmerizing function through an inexplicable process as the eye move or experience certain emotions. If this content has increased your awareness, consider subscribing, leaving a comment, and giving it thumbs up.